Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Good morning. You can probably tell by my bed head and everything that I just woke up not too long ago. Long night with baby. But um we are recording the video that I wanted to show you guys more or less what the White Forest deck can do in combination with the Dark Magician and everything. And it's not like as detailed as I'd like it to be, but I definitely want to get this video out and show you guys what it can and can't do. Spoiler, it can push through a lot. And I think with a deck like this, like I've said before in like the combo videos I've showed before, or just all my other videos, is that the White Forest deck is a very unique deck because at least the way I play it, and I think probably like any version of it, you want to have like a list of priorities. And I think with the list of priorities is it's depending on your hand, right? Whatever you have in your hand is kind of how you have to play, and you can get to the same end board and get to the same pieces. It's just a matter of how you go about that, right? It's like start here, but you have like a branch of like different lines you can go down to still get to the same piece. And different end boards will look different. Some end on Saint, some you'll summon Saint on your opponent's turn when you're done going through your interactions and everything. But I want to show you guys just a combo with LZ, what you can do, and then what you can do with the interaction on your opponent's turn here. So this is just LZ and like some sort of blank, Forbidden Crown, obviously. I think this is kind of a standard thing that you guys have seen. You make it, you pitch it, they'll set itself. Tails will then search Elza Azamina. Elza Azamina will summon itself. Then you'll synchro off. Always do chain one here. Always do chain one Elza just to get that block. So that way you can make sure you get to your Sinful Spoils lines. Okay, brief interruption. Baby completely wet everything. Disaster. Life of a parent, I guess. So yeah, as I was saying, you want to always do Chainlink 1 LZ in this situation. Even if you go into like other synchros, because there's sometimes like I'll go into like a Chaos Angel, I'll always go into, yeah, you always want to go Chainlink 1 LZ, always, because you got to make sure that you get that bridge to the Sinful Spoils. And if you chain block it, then unless they like called by target it or somehow target, negate it, banish it, whatever, unless they negate LZ, you're searching your Sinful Spoils, which is what we need. Although, drawing into it's also kind of nice, but there's other ways to get around it. If you can like bait it, you can get another Sinful Spoils name, so that way when you go to your fusion, you have another Sinful Spoils, you can fusion and just go into Saint if that's the way you think you're going to be going. Because if you want a board break, then you can go Saint and then Saint tribute one of your opponent's monsters for Azamina, and Azamina do lots of damage. But anyways, so we're going to continue here. And then we're going to use Sylvie's effect to shuffle back so we can get our tribute off. As you see, we don't have any other monsters, or maybe there's monsters we don't have to sacrifice because we just drew all spells and traps. So that's cool. So we're going to tribute off. We're going to get Hollowed. Hollowed's going to fusion into Moo. Now this combo is important because this right here is how you're making Saint. But what's cool is that you can make Saint at any point. And these will make sure that Moo will make sure that your opponent loses some attack and defense, so it kind of discourages them from going into the battle phase. So you can kind of there's a lot of mind games with this, right? There's a lot of mind games because we'll have this in our Omni out, so everything from the get go is losing 1,000 and 1,000. So they're like, oh man, I can't beat over, so I have to destroy stuff. So it's like, oh man. And then yeah, we're just gonna get our thing here and then chain, because you got to make sure you get Diabell Star, because Diabell Star is how we are getting our Dragoon out, which you do on your opponent's turn, by the way. Get here. Sometimes there's the combo where if you start, like if you have Wanted and Toy Box, then you can Deception tribute this off, because this can target it on field or in graveyard, so it's a free cannon fodder. But also too, what you can do is if you're going into a board, like I could go right here, battle phase, swing with the Dark Magician, then still in battle phase, gaze it to my target, swing with Dragoon. So it's 28 and then 3k. Just a little word to the wise. And then we're gonna do our thing. The Sinful Spoils of the White Forest is gonna be set back. and to do our thing. We're gonna get the thing and do the thing with the vengeance thing, and 3K and woo. Now this end board doesn't look like a lot, but what we have here is we have our target pop, summon a synchro. We have our destruction protection. We have a bait for Dragoon. This could be on field or in grave. It doesn't matter. So this is another body. We have an Omni Negate. We have another not deception. We have another synchro we can summon, so we can go into Poplar, into Vengeance, or we can just summon Silvera for the Book of Moon, or this can summon Silvera for the Book of Moon, and then Poplar. It doesn't matter. You can get your 2 synchros out. Then we have our fusion summon once we use the effect, and then so it's not and then our Omni Negate, and then this will turn into another Omni Negate. So it doesn't look like a lot, but it's a lot, because even if we get like Dark Ruler no more, we still have things in the back that won't eliminate everything. And even if they Dark Ruler us, it's like, cool, we're gonna live anyways. You can't do any damage to us. Now you have a Saint on board, and we got follow up and everything. So it's quite the end board. But you can see here, I'm just playing against a bot. It's not a real game. I just wanted to show you guys, whatever. Most of the time, you want to start getting the Dragoon out just in case, like a little early on into the combo, as far as like your list of priorities. That way, make sure we got the Dragoon and we get another Omni Negate. Because sometimes by then, like the first thing I'll do is Illa Sylvia negate something that's really important, or saving for a board breaker or whatever. Because remember, we're protected from all destruction. We're not protected from an Evenly or a Dark Ruler, and Evenly is running around a whole lot. So I want to make sure I have plenty of negation, Omni negation for mostly everything. So we get our Dragoon, we got a Dragoon, we got a pop. The board is still filled up, so this is just a pop. Sometimes just a pop getting like a continuous or field spell done with, or like if the yummies, if you see that they're trying to go into Cupsy, because they have a Link 1 and a monster, you can pop the Link 1, because what are they gonna do? Quick synchro with or quick something? They don't. You got to pop there. And then here with Sinful Spoils, obviously if we went through all their interactions, we have these 2 as dead cards because she used her effect. Then you can just make a Saint, and then Saint can also then on that same turn, because the same turn she's summoned, she can special summon. You can get Moo out. Moo is important because what we'll do on our opponent's turn, or I'm sorry, on our turn, is we'll tribute Saint and our opponent's monster for Azamina. We'll go for Azamina, and then Moo can then summon back Saint, and then Saint, any damage that we would take, our opponent would take instead. So we can swing Saint into like another one of their bodies for like 25, 2K, 3K, whatever one of their monsters is. They would take that damage, Saint would be destroyed, and then we still have all these big bodies. So trust me, White Forest has no difficulty closing out a game. If the board's open, we're ending the game right there. I mean, we got plenty of bodies. These guys get pretty big. I mean, just this package alone is 5K, right? And then the synchros, they get pretty big as well, 25. You get 2 of the synchros out. If you get all 3 synchros out with Diabelle, Sylvie, and Roselia, I think that alone is pretty close to game. So yeah, the end board does a lot. And then here it's, we just got all our standard interaction. But I want to show you guys what another end board is, and then what going into a board looks like. Just some replays here that I got. Let me know if you guys want to see me. I love playing Omega, right? I don't have a whole lot of time to go to locals and stuff right now, but let me know if you guys would like to see me play Omega, like a live gameplay of me going into games, because I think right now I'm ranked gold in their rank system. And just play against these live players so you can kind of see more or less like what cards do, what interactions do. And I also like this too, because when you're testing, you're able to see before you even buy cards, like, is it worth it? What are my ratios? And you can just change it so easily, instead of, I got to wait till next week for locals before I can like change out cards and see what it does. And then, my pairing wasn't even there, so I got to buy. And it's like, whatever. But let me know if you guys would like to see me do videos on Omega, just like a couple games here and there of winning, losing, different situations, what to do, what you can do, what you can do. Let me know. But I believe my opponent was on like Yummy, Elfno, Dark Magician, something. So we're going through the combos. Obviously here we're setting up first the Dark Magician stuff. That way we can make sure we get, you know, that whole situation going. And we're going to start off with a Saint here for Omni Negate, because I always want to make sure that I have an Omni Negate, right? If I have to go Dragoon, cool, whatever. But if I know I can get Saint into Illa, then it's like, I'd rather have that, because at least I have an Omni Negate. So I'm protected from the Biru. I'm protected from just like anything. If they go Famina, which I think they would have done by now, but I'm protected that because you can just negate the Famina, or if they got the Kill Tune stuff, you know, you just got some sort of negation on board to protect us, to solidify our plays. And then we're just doing the stuff because we drew Toy Soldier. So, you know, we're pitching the spell, we're summoning it back out, we're getting bodies out. Do love the Toy Engine. The Toy Engine does provide extra bodies. It's also like a bait because not many people know really what's going on. Let me slow this down a little bit for you guys. Game speed. Slow it down for you guys. And then yeah, here we're doing the same plays. We're gonna get as LZ out. Now here we're gonna go and do the, you know, the chain block thing, so we can make sure we get sinful spoils. Now here we just have a ton of sinful spoils, but if you ever run into a situation like this, you want to make sure that you always have sinful spoils of the White Force now, because sinful spoils of the White Force is how you are solidifying a lot of your plays. It's your Guardian Chimera, it's your Saint, it's your Moa. And then here, you know, in draw phase, we're just making sure we got Dragoon. So we got 2 negates, 2 Omni negates. And here they start doing their thing. And I can see, okay, you know, I didn't know what that was about, but I want to keep them away as much as possible from their stuff. And you can see that. I know it's going by pretty fast. I'm sorry. I tried to slow it down, but we did use Gaze of Timaeus. We did use Forbidden Crown. So that way this Lollipop right here is just a dead card, because I didn't want them to go into the Link one and all that stuff, but they wouldn't have been able to do much anyways because Satan's on board, so they can't go field spell, target, bring back. I mean, just Saint on board alone is such a floodgate that when she's on board, you got to make sure that you know your opponent's cards and that they know their cards, that they can't target anything. They can't target anything on field. They can't target anything in graveyard. They can't target anything in banishment. They can't target their bulk at home. So it's a floodgate and I love it. But that's one Omni Negate down. We still have another one. We'll banish it. We're done with that. That we just popped. We wanted to book everything. They dodged it. Cool, whatever. I didn't want them to go any further, so we just negated, and our opponent just surrendered from there. And then we still had a lot. We still had the toy box if they tried to attack. You know, we just still had a lot going on still. And not only that, they would have to then beat through all this, but they're also losing 1,000 between the Moo and the Saint. So it's not like you're gonna do much anyways. Now in that same match, this is what we had to do going into a board. Now, yes, I am playing Illusion Gate. If you guys haven't checked the prices on Illusion Gate or don't have one Illusion Gate, I highly recommend getting an Illusion Gate. So here we did have the Chummy. We did have the Chummy here. See if maybe we can get some draws, because I don't really know entirely what he was going for. I know I saw the Yummy cards. I know I saw the Elf Note cards, but you know, whatever he was gonna do, I was like, okay, you know, at least we got Illusion Gate, at least we got Evenly Matched. Here, luckily, we drew into the Wanted, so seeing a Wanted in a toy box, we're good. Now here, I didn't know much more of what he was gonna do. I didn't know if I should hold the Perulia or I should send the Perulia. Probably should have sent the Perulia because I missed 2 draws. Here, I didn't know how far he was gonna extend or really like what he was gonna go into. But yeah, we could have gotten an extra 2 draws. So here in draw phase, we just shotgun both our Perulia and our Fawallos just to see if we can get any free draws. And he goes for the Shackled. But we're going to just start going through the interaction. We're going to go Illusion Gate, attempt these big effects. And now that Dragoon's on board, it's okay. I need to bait this Dragoon out somehow. So luckily we had the talents, right? And this was an easy bait for Dragoon because he obviously knows I'm going to take the Dragoon if he doesn't. So we got the Dragoon out of the way. And then here we're going to start going with our own Dragoon combo. Doing our thing. And then we're going to send it. We're going to search it. Now, here I was kind of debating like, okay, how do we want to start? Because we have Philia, which is going to either special summon or add Diabelze, but we also have Toy Box. Now, we do have Witch of the White Forest, which is a great starter. However, if the search goes through, we cannot summon darks from the extra deck. It's difficult because in this game, I'm kind of certain I want to get, Guardian Chimera, obviously the Dragoon, Chaos Angels. So them being all darks, like, okay, I don't want to cut myself off from that. So I always do Witch of the White Forest last, because Witch of the White Forest will guarantee that I can either go White Forest combo, Book of Moon, everything, attack and get a lot of damage in, or it solidifies that I can get my Diabel's Vengeance combo going and at least end on that. So we're just going to work our way down. This is lowest priority. This is highest priority. And then everything in between is just how you break through the board. So we're going to go toys, see if they do anything. And then here we could add to hand or special summon. We're going to add to hand. That way we can pitch a toy, special summon the toy, get some bodies out, get some searchers out. See if maybe we can bait some interactions or whatnot. Now, I did mess up along the way. I knew Gaze of Timaeus was going to get negated there. Not a big deal. You know, again, want to go through these interactions. I should have popped a monster there. That way I could have Book a Moon. But either way, getting through the interaction. And then we're just going to do the White Forest stuff. You know, just LZ, pitch, and then special, and then get LZ. We're going to try to Book a Moon everything. And then here I was like, okay, I can see where this is going. So here we do a little something. Because I already used the effect of Vengeance. So we go into Chaos Angel here, which she was still used for Synchro material. So we go Chainlink 1, still blocking. LZ, Chainlink 2, Chaos Angel. Target. Banish that middle piece. Get rid of that. Guardian Chimera. Now here I did go Dragoon. I forgot Dragoon. Although it can't be targeted, it still also can be destroyed. Should have popped something else, but it did work out in the end though, and I'll show you guys how. We get our draw, cool, whatever. We're going through stuff. Get Moo out, bring the attacks down. Adding stuff, going through our graveyard because we have all the graveyard interaction. Get Illa out, which is very important because Illa also reads any battle damage your Asmina monsters except itself inflict to your opponent is doubled. Not a lot of people read that. That's why Asmina with a clear board with Illa out is 8,000 damage direct to your opponent. Just saying. So here we go, battle phase, and I kind of like took a second to pause. All the damage here calculated out is game. Now we go Illa. Our opponent has like it took down a little slower, but our opponent had like 3,600 health, and then Moo of course does 4K. So going into a board, it's pretty nice. It's pretty clean with it. So that's what I wanted to go through really. Kind of show you guys live of like what this deck is capable of. I feel kind of certain with the ratios and everything. I feel kind of certain with one Illusion Gate, the Gravekeeper's Inscriptions, which we have somewhere now. They did come in. We are playing with Mistaken Arrest just to have that extra bit of, if I get drolled or something, it's like, okay, cool. You are also not playing if I can buy myself a turn. And that's all we're trying to do is we're trying to play the game and we're trying to not make our opponent play the game. But that's it for this video, guys. I hope that this was more or less a little bit more informative. The video I've been wanting to make more promising. But let me know if you guys want to see me go through like live reactions and live duels of, get in the queue, go through some games and just see whatever gobbledygoo we see and just play some Yu-Gi-Oh and see kind of more or less, because I like this, right? I will be recording locals once I go back to locals, but right now we are not going to locals just because of the time and everything else we got going on. But let me know what you guys think. Was this video informative? Was it trash? Did you guys want to see more? Did you guys want to see less? Let me know what you guys think. And until then, I will see you guys very shortly in the next one, because we did get a ban list for the OCG. We got new archetypes revealed, and it is Sunday. We did all our chores yesterday, so I'm hoping to pump out a couple videos early this week, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.